soil. A fully regulated, seamless link between traditional finance and the digital crypto world, offering secure returns fully backed by tangible, real-world assets.
From meme to utility, Floki has it all. NFT metaverse game called Valhalla. Floki University, DeFi, charity, and shopping. Floki is governed by the people, for the people. Floki, together there is no stopping us.
The Credify testnet is live, so head on over to demo.credify.finance to see how you can effortlessly experiment with autonomous earning, NFT corporate bonds, Credi and X-Credi utilities, and Module X.
What's up, my friends, ladies and gentlemen? I hope you guys are all doing well. Let me bring my mic a little bit closer so you can hear me way better. So how are we doing, ladies and gentlemen? I know the market is really boring and I want to provide you a quick analysis. And let's start first with the 2-week and ask yourself the question, is Bitcoin dead? The answer is no. I did previously a short mini video, and now I want to go a little bit deeper into my own thesis. As you can see here, Bitcoin is still in a beautiful secular trend. And of course, Bitcoin has from time to time, after 210,000 blocks, a big event, what we call the Bitcoin halving. And I want to quickly analyze again the halvings that happened previously. So here at the second halving, on the day of the halving, we saw a post-halving crash, and then consolidation. Actually, it's just actually a range-bound environment for quite a few days, even weeks actually. 105 days. And basically the same happened here with the halving, the third halving. We had actually a consolidation range of 160 days before we saw a continuation to the upside. And I believe we're going to see something similar. This is just a consolidation, shaking out people, making people nervous, exchanging hands, diamond hands absorbing, small retailers absorbing Bitcoin. And at the moment, and as we speak, even banks, big institutions are absorbing Bitcoin. As we speak, more or less 5% of the entire Bitcoin supplies is in the hand of institutions. And this is pretty significant. So let's dive a little bit deeper into the lower time frames. So all with all, secular trend looks actually really amazing. From an RSI perspective, this doesn't look really bad. Ideally, I want to see the RSI crossing the 70 level because that's often where the real magic happens, meaning breakouts. This is a chart I want to share with you very quickly. And this is just another reminder. More often than not, Bitcoin is ranging. Bitcoin was ranging here. Bitcoin was ranging here for many days. Here it was ranging for many days. Bitcoin was ranging here as well. Here as well. You see, let's say 80% of the time, 90% of the time, Bitcoin is actually ranging. Range-bound environment into another range-bound environment, but from this low to this high, this was a significant move. Again, range-bound environment, from this move to this move, a significant move, and then another range-bound environment, another range-bound environment, and as we speak, currently, Bitcoin is again in a range-bound environment. And let me remove these arrows here because they don't have any relevance as of now. They might have in a few seconds. What do we see here? Another range bound environment or a rectangle, I rather call them a rectangle. This is just another rectangle. So what is it actually saying? So if you look back and you ask yourself, okay, what's actually a rectangle suggesting? Is it um, just purely indecision? Is the continuation pattern? Is it a reversal pattern? In my opinion, it's more a continuation pattern. So if it comes from an uptrend, this most likely will break out. Um, and if it breaks out, the target would be, in my opinion, um, if I would use like Fibonacci and connect this low with this high and add it on top of this rectangle here, for example, like this, it would bring me around 88. Let's do the daily. 84, 88K. And I think this is very possible for Bitcoin. So a breakout would suggest 88K, 84K. And with the Fibonacci, I would do it like this, like connecting this low here, that I here with this low here. So it would give me approximately also 86K. Sorry for my running nose. So with that said, ranging environment, actually an environment where people actually get edged out, it's quite difficult to trade. And there's also a lot of anxiety, and especially with the swing failure patterns here. And I might expect like a few of them maybe here on the upside. And if we revisit again the range low, probably we could again take out this low. But then ask yourself in advance, if you do like scenario planning, what would happen with the market psychology and the market sentiment if we take out this low? If we take out this low, people will again scream for lower targets. And I do believe if we lose this range, then the next support level will be around 50K. If we cannot hold this level, probably it will re-enter this zone again. So the lower we get, the more anxious people get, and the more recency bias kicks in the mind of the people, meaning they only give relevance to the most recent data, and they basically ignore this whole move up and this range, and that the range environment is actually a really good base for the next breakout. So all with all, I'm not really anxious. However, like locally, we do see something I don't like, because it's also a place where I'm actually a little bit edged out, and I'm happy to explain. We see here like smaller bounces, meaning breakout from here, and this blue line zone is important as well. Happy to explain in a few minutes. We got a really good bounce, but then it got rejected and it bounced all the way to the range high, and then it went back to this blue zone. We saw a smaller bounce. And then it went all the way down. We saw another smaller bounce. So the bounces are getting weaker. And then again, here, another smaller bounce. Although we got like a really long wick. I actually don't like those wicks in context with this entire movement. So it basically took out many people who shorted here. And this tells me that the path of least resistance is again back to this blue zone. And actually, this blue zone is nothing more than the point of control. If we measure this from the beginning of the range, and then voila, this is the point of control. I truly believe if we lose this level, and this is a level bulls really need to defend, bears are really eager to break this level, then this would open the doors to more downside. And I easily see Bitcoin dropping towards 63K and even around 59K. And then, as I told you, we could even take out this low, and this would create a lot of anxiety and negativity bias, recency bias, confirmation bias, all of them, they will kick in. And normally this is actually a place where I have an edge, as I like to be a contrary trader. I see myself more as a reversal trader. this would be like an ideal recipe to re-long Bitcoin. So that's my thesis. As of now, we're still above the point of control. Look, like really shorting here, I don't feel really comfortable with that unless it makes like another weaker bounce. But the risk reward ratio is just not worth well the trade. However, like buying here after these shorter bounces, I don't like them as well, because I could set here a limit order with a stop loss here. But look, it might give me like a small bounce. It would give you like a minimal risk reward ratio. I don't like to trade like with real low time frames. But imagine you would do something like this. Like it's a 1 hour trade, more or less. Not really worth my time, to be honest, and the patience and the mental capacity. It's just not worthwhile. So I rather prefer to sit this out. And this is just indecision. I always tell people it's indecision before decision. It's indecision before decision. What you also could do is like draw a line like this. So this is actually descending. This is horizontal. So this is actually like a descending a triangle. Could be like a continuation pattern. It could be, it could also be seen as a reversal. So I'm kind of, here also edged out, and that's actually the power of a real trader, of a real investor, knowing when it's not your time to trade. And I know, for example, here Bitcoin, this is not the time for me to trade. I am happy to long like the first throwback here, but like the second and the third, and especially when they're getting weaker, it's not worth my time. So I rather preserve my capital. And knowing when not to trade is really one of the key characteristics of any trader. Just doing some random stuff, out of boredom or because you lost money, that's not really the mindset you want to be in. You want to be in a mindset where you have clarity, where where you don't want to trade. You rather prefer to sit out, or you're looking at other assets where that you can utilize your edge. Let's quickly jump into a few other charts. I haven't charted this for a while, to be honest. Well, I did, but kind of out of sync. This is the Bitcoin dominance, but this one is excluded. It excluded the stables, all the stables. So it's just the altcoins versus Bitcoin. I know it's actually a meme chart, and why I'm saying meme chart is you can not actually trade this. It just gives you insight. This is like a steady higher low. What we see here we see like equal highs. Got rejected here, rejected here, rejected here. If we see a further rejection here, this might be very, very beneficial for altcoins. So keep that in mind. I'm not saying it's now altcoin season. I don't believe it's altcoin season. I do believe there are a few narratives that will do very well if it is altcoin season or not. And these narratives are real world asset, AI, I believe in Deepin, and DeFi. These are I've shared my portfolio with the team, with the Discord community members, and I gave them a breakdown of all the different categories. I mean, these categories I'm pretty heavy in: Deepin, real world asset, AI, and DeFi. Another one I would love to share with you is where it is, this one. Ethereum against Bitcoin, we all know this. This is a severe downtrend. It could be like a sign of a reversal. We saw a triple bullish divergence. So ideally, what I would like to see, especially on daily, let's see how it looks on the 3-day. I haven't checked that for a while. On the weekly, I rather prefer to stay above the 50 zone, which is actually the neutral zone. But whenever something crosses the 50 level and it stays above this 50 level, this is actually a signal of a sign of a potential reversal. The bullish diversion in itself is a sign of a bullish reversal. So I would love to see this, staying above this level here. Another thing which you could do is like connecting all the tops here, and then you have something like this. So ideally, we break this trend line, and then you could consider this as a RSI breakout, which is pretty significant because it happens on the weekly level. If you connect here the highs, it's something similar basically. Often when I do this, I rather prefer the RSI breakout because the RSI breakout happens prior to the price action breakout. Try this out. You will see it yourself. Try this out on different assets, different coins. So yeah, with Ethereum, it looks promising, but there are like a few requirements. It needs to stay above the 50 level. We would love to see a diagonal breakout, also an RSI breakout. And from a Breakout Pro perspective, it signaled a bull signal here, right? It flashed the bull signal, so it needs to stay there. There are like a few other altcoins. I don't see like a lot of very promising altcoins. We shared a few of them last week. As always, sometimes we do get stopped out, and sometimes we do make a lot of money. But at the bottom line, we are happy to digest losses so we can make money. Meaning, we understand that not every trade will turn into a winner. So we cut our losers quickly and let our winners run. And that's another key characteristic of a trader. One of the other things I've shared is rows. You can guys check my entire setup on Discord. I shared, I think, like 3 calls. One already got stopped out. 2 are still in the entry zone, and I still believe they have a lot of potential for a breakout, especially if Bitcoin can stay above the point of control I just mentioned. I think we covered everything, ladies and gentlemen. All with all, secular trend really looks good. The local trend, if we zoom in on the 4-hour chart, what we see is actually some kind of indecision, and it's always indecision before decision. So stay sharp, because when the move comes quickly, all at once. So my suggestion is mark your levels, set your alerts, and have a good weekend. Thank you, ladies and gentlemen. Until the next time, see you around, and God bless.